man, it feels so good to be back at the easel. Welcome everybody to a special edition live painting with me, Joe Lawson. The wonderful people at Xbox got in touch with us and wanted us to do a ReCore painting, or wanted me to do it. So I'm really excited about this. The game, you know, it had been on my radar up until that point, but like I wasn't actively seeking it out. So this has been a great opportunity to dive in and see what the game's about. And we'll be painting today Jewel, who's the main character. She's like the fearless leader, and we're gonna have 3 of her ReCore bots with her. It's gonna be Mac the dog, Seth the spider, and Duncan the beast. We're gonna start with kind of a very soft, kind of sandy color, kind of like if you ever make coffee and you put cream and sugar in your coffee and you get that real nice pale kind of latte color. That's what we're going for. So I don't have all my paints on my palette at the moment, but we're gonna build up as I think about how I want to do this. But we're gonna go ahead and get that real soft sandy tone going. Like I said, we are hanging out today. I'm not trying to meet a certain deadline or a timeline. I'm just gonna paint on this for hours and hours. And we might cut it down and put up a video so you can get the short and sweet of it. But yeah, if you're just here to hang out and see what happens, you're in the right place. So I'll give you a rundown on what I'm aiming for. So we have this sort of front 2/3 section, this dune in the desert that our 4 characters will be kind of trotting along in. And then towards the back we have some rocky landscapes. Kind of reminds me of Tatooine. Very desert, rocky, dry. A lot of artifacts, a lot of old technologies. There's definitely a story here as to what happened to this place. Some sand. Hey, you want to make some coffee? So this has been me getting reacquainted with the canvas, because it's been so long since I've done oils and brush on canvas. Since the last time I painted with oils with Spyro, it was probably like what, 6 weeks ago? Who knows? But yeah, again, just seeing how the brush, the way it likes to bend and dip and dive, seeing how it talks to the canvas, how it lays down paint, how it moves stuff around, stuff like that. So we have this like nice towering rock that comes down to about there, comes out to about here. And you don't have to put the exact sketch marks down, but I'm just kind of putting lead lines. And this rock over here is particularly formless. There are some shadows and highlights that give you the depth, but it's very vague. Here, I'll show you my reference just so you all know what I'm pulling from. So you see that big rock in the very back. Took some raw sienna and a little bit of Mars black or ivory black, and then just kind of stuck my toe in that black and brought it back to the sienna and really just kind of got this kind of darker brown. And then I took my palette knife and just got a nice little peanut butter smear of that paint, and I carved out my rock formations, and then I went back in with my 1/2" brush and just started pulling that paint in, because the palette knife, you're only really supposed to focus on the edges, your formation, your form. So I'm just bringing my shadow of this rock that's behind this smaller rock right up to that edge, and they're basically going to be the same shade. Dan to noodles, everybody.
Hi, everybody.
Here, wait, if you hit,
Hi, everybody.
you can do this. I'm just kind of doing little circles, keeping my line curve to my curve, if that makes sense. So as I go, I turn. The reason I'm doing these things is I want to walk these over here, but I need a destination. If I just wing it, I mean, I'm confident I could make it work, but it's nice to know where you're going. So you can see I have right about here. This is my burnt sienna, and this is my little dab of this over here, which is the raw sienna mixed with the black. And it's the darker one, it's the second version we mixed. And so I'm just taking a little dab of this, a little dab of this, and meeting in the middle, and just kind of dragging them into each other and creating that common ground. So it's a little different each time, but that's all right, because, you know, variation's cool. Once you build, you know, you start to have these dynamics play with each other, you get to really see like, okay, this is what I thought I should do, but when you lay it down, you're like, okay, this is what I need to do based on what happened. Not what I thought would happen, what actually happened. Yeah, like that. So you can see it kind of stepping away. We're gonna leave that one like as is. So we go from that ochre to our burnt sienna to our burnt sienna, raw sienna, black, all the way through. And so this kind of I wanted to depict as if this was the lower side of the dune. And so this is sort of our crest.
That's looking pretty darn awesome. I'm
Thank
excited
you.
to see the characters going.
Yeah, I mean, this has been really accommodating. So this is a brush I got. It said it's for watercolors, but it's good for any sort of wash or thin paint. That way you can just kind of just slip it on there. It kind of feels like the brush you would get in nail polish. Bit rough, but get the idea. Sculpting my characters a little more so you can see Seth there, Seth the spider, is starting to take a little more form. And he definitely has features in this too, but I'm like I said, blocking it out first, sculpting those edges. Seth. He's the escape artist. Ooh, I think I kind of have an idea. I might do like a sort of mostly yellow tone underpainting and then come over top with, because like their hardware is like a dark gray or even black at some point. So I could do that linseed oil trick or get a thin black and come in and like do the hardware just as like an overtop outline. And again, so I'm just adding a little bit of black because that pictures I have, at least on Duncan, like his grayer areas, there's a slight green, a slight bluish green to them. So it's not just a black or gray steel. A little bit of color. I don't know if it's the printer or what, but I know I've said let's do it like 18 times now. But let's do it. Yeah, you don't have to just watch. I'm gonna be painting this until like midnight or like 2 a.m. So yeah, if you got homework to do or want to draw alongside or play a game while I stream, if your internet can handle that, then by all means do it. It's intimidating when the paint stays wet or like when you first start out with oils, because I'm like, man, I just want it to dry and so I can paint a picture really quick. But this is awesome, being able to take a 2-hour break, come back and just jump right back in. Didn't even apply any new paint. It's just the paint on the canvas is still pretty wet. I'm gonna keep building this section up, working on his this Duncan. This is looking good, y'all. My butt is good. But yeah, I still got Mac the dog and Jewel, our fearless leader. I'm gonna hop right back to this in the morning. I'm excited. I really love this painting. I'm really happy that Xbox got up with us and wanted me to do this, because this has reinvigorated my love for the easel and oil painting. Yeah, and it's running a marathon basically. I'm gonna go crash in my bed. gonna sign this dude. Try some of this linseed oil. Thank you to Xbox and the ReCore team for sponsoring this whole project, for believing in me, and for all of you for watching, sticking with me for this like 20-hour marathon. I don't even know how long it was. I'm gonna sign it down here. All right, there you have it. Our ReCore painting. I'm super happy with it. Could have spent a couple weeks on this. I think it's the real lifespan of a painting. You really, to do it in one sitting, in a day or two, you can certainly do it. But if you really want to push it and get that depth in there and really capture the characters, you need more time than that. But this is great, and I'm very proud of it. And once again, thank you for joining me, and hopefully we'll have more sponsored paintings in the future. Really enjoyed it. See ya.